Well, Jason, if we're saving money at the grocery store, maybe we can put it toward our credit card bills because those statements are now arriving and letting us know just how much we spent over the holidays. And chances are, a lot of us here in Las Vegas added a few $100s to our debt and our credit card bills. Here to give us tips on how to climb out of debt and keep those debt collectors from calling is Richelle Shaw, author of The $1 Million Equation. Richelle, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Good morning.
So the one thing that you just told me, if people are calling, then that means you're not paying, and that means you're in big trouble already.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. So we want to keep them from calling, right?
Yes.
So my first tip, and that's my favorite one, is know how much you owe. A lot of times you don't even know how much you owe, so actually I like to put a spreadsheet together, put it all down so that we know from start to finish, okay, what's the number? Because once you know the number, then hopefully you'll be scared enough to start paying it down.
Right. So, I mean, if people aren't tech savvy enough to do a spreadsheet, you can just take out a notebook and keep track that way too, right?
Absolutely, and go to the dollar store and get the dollar store notebooks. That's the best, right? Don't
yeah, absolutely.
buy the $5 notebook, get the dollar store notebook.
And the pens too.
That's right, because you'll get about 1,000 of them for $1.
And really the key to getting rid of debt is to pay more than the minimum.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, if they say you only owe 25, double it. I like to double it, and then you go, oh, so if you owe 200, I might not be able to do that, but even $210 is much better than just the 200, because you don't want to be paying for that meal that you charged, right, 17 years from now, which is basically what it'll be if you only pay the minimum.
Well, in a lot of credit card companies, if you go onto their website to pay your bill, they'll have a calculator that shows you how long it will take if you're just paying the minimum amount.
You know, it's required to be on your statement now. So when you're opening them, it's on the top little right side so that they try not to show you, but it's definitely there for you to see.
And that's the fine print that you need to read.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So that you can climb your way out of that hole.
Yeah.
And really focus on the card is the next thing that you recommend.
Absolutely. Focus on one card first. And so here's what I like to do. Everybody else likes to focus on the big card. I focus on the little one because I need small victories, you know, like the diet, right? If I'm not losing 10 pounds in the first week, then I give it up and I have the macaroni and cheese. It's the same thing with your debt. If you don't see a success very quickly, you're going to give up and stop. So I start with the one with the smallest balance, even though it may have the highest interest rate.
Sure.
And then you can get a little victory and you can do the victory dance, and then you can go on and keep paying more often.
Because then once you just have that one big card left, you just start chipping away at that, and eventually that'll be gone too.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And do you recommend cutting up the cards after you pay them off?
Well, I say cut them up when you decide that you're going to get out of debt.
Okay.
Okay, so if you decide that today's the day, cut them up. Don't use them because, you know, I used to pay 100 and then go use 80, right? Okay, that's not getting you out of debt.
Right.
You have to actually make the decision, cut them up then, and then only keep one.
Okay.
Keep the one with about the $1,000 limit, because that's when something goes bad, that's the one that you actually need.
And real quick, just prioritize your bills. Look at what needs to be paid off first.
Absolutely.
If the power is going to be shut off, you need to keep the power on. So
I always go with, okay, what can really be bad tomorrow, right? And then after that, then you start with your credit card bills.
All right, Richelle, thank you so much. Always such good advice.
Awesome, awesome.
We appreciate your time.
Thanks.
Jason?